will be tomorrow because we're talking temperatures in the 30s and plenty of rain for your morning commute. So be very careful as you're driving to work. Give yourself a lot of extra time to get to where you need to go because this will likely slow things down on the roads. You can see we've got rain falling on Fox Radar 3D. It's still very light. If you've been out tonight, you've noticed it's been mostly just a sprinkle across the upstate. And in the mountains, we're seeing a little bit of a wintry mix getting in there, but essentially not seeing a whole lot of moisture just yet. But we will see it increase from the west as the main system moves our direction. Some heavy downpours, in fact, will be possible as we go throughout the day tomorrow. But as we head through tonight, the winds will start to pick up. In fact, we have a wind advisory out for the Tennessee border counties in western North Carolina. That's until late tomorrow because the gusty winds could reach 40 miles per hour plus as this main system swings on through. Here's a look at FUTURECAST as we go toward midnight. So basically painting the picture we're seeing now, just light rain kind of slowly making its way in. But boy, that rain takes over as we get toward the morning commute. Every computer model pretty much has us soaked around 6 to 7 in the morning. It's not going to be heavy everywhere and you may get a quick break, but essentially you're going to have to use the windshield wipers for that morning commute. So just be ready for that. For your early afternoon time frame, we're still going to have a few pockets of heavier rain. And as the last part of the system moves through, we could get a few heavy downpours. Can't even rule out a rumble of thunder or two. I think the severe weather threat very, very low because of the fact that temperatures will be so cold at the surface. But there'll be a little bit of energy in the upper levels where you might hear a little bit of a rumble as these go through, going into the late afternoon hours. But by the time we get into late Friday night and then early Saturday, there's 2 a.m., we're drying out in the upstate nicely. And then that sets us up for a dry weekend. In the mountains, we may see a little bit of wraparound moisture in the form of clouds or some snow flurries early Saturday, but that would be it. So we're looking at a dry weekend after a very soggy Friday. Between 8 and noon will be our best chance for rain, and then we'll have a little bit left over in the afternoon, but by around 5 o'clock should be mostly dry in upstate areas. In the mountains, temperatures will begin in the 30s, only get to 42 because of the cloud cover, and we'll have better chance of rain the first half of the day than the second half. On the Carolina Sky Meter, this is not going to get a great grade. We're going to go with a 4 since we do have rain, but it's not severe. The flood threat's pretty low as the rain will be a pretty quick mover. I would have notched it farther down if we did have any of those threats, but still not the best grade for our Friday. Here's a look at those rain totals. We could get over an inch in many areas, and we're already ahead for the month of January by over 3 inches in the upstate. So we really don't need much rain, but we're going to get it tomorrow. At least we should dry out in time for the weekend. So clearing on Saturday, a mountain mix will be possible. By the time we get into Sunday, we'll continue to see dry weather, and it stays seasonably chilly. That was a tough one for me to say. As we go through the weekend, highs in the 50s, that's normal for this time of year. Seems like we can never be right at that norm, but that's where we will be this weekend and heading into early next week. And then we'll have our next chance of rain arriving Wednesday into Thursday. Of course, you can check in on the morning news from 4:30 to 9 for the latest on your forecast, weather and traffic together every 10 minutes.